What happens if Lucia betrays Jason in GTA 6? What if the person you trusted with everything was never really on your side? GTA 6 trailer, Lucia and Jason running together, slow motion. Rockstar has been building something with these two characters that goes way deeper than any marketing campaign is letting on. And there's a very real possibility buried in the trailer, in Rockstar's history, in the DNA of this game, that Lucia doesn't make it to the end of GTA 6 standing next to Jason. She makes it to the end standing over him. Here's why this matters. GTA 6 is being called the most ambitious game Rockstar has ever made. That's not hype. That's a company that spent over a decade and reportedly over $2 billion rebuilding what a video game can feel like. GTA 6 trailer aerial shots of Leonida. And the one thing Rockstar has always done better than anyone else, better than the action, better than the world building, is the betrayal. Tommy Vercetti, CJ, Nico Bellic, Trevor, Michael, and Franklin. Every single GTA story has a moment where the people closest to you become the most dangerous thing in the room. So the question isn't if Rockstar is building towards something dark between Lucia and Jason. The question is how far they're willing to go. And what I found when I started pulling on this thread genuinely surprised me. Section 1. The pattern Rockstar never breaks. Let's start with something Rockstar has done in almost every major game they've ever released. The partner betrayal. RDR2 Arthur Morgan scenes, campfire moments. In Red Dead Redemption 2, Arthur Morgan spends the entire game fighting for the Van der Linde gang, protecting them, bleeding for them. And Dutch, the man Arthur called family, sells him out without flinching. Twice, that betrayal hits so hard because Rockstar spent hours making you love that relationship first. That's the formula. Build the bond. Shatter it. GTA 5 Trevor and Michael confrontation. In GTA 5, the entire third act is held together by the tension between Michael, Trevor, and Franklin. Rockstar gave you 3 different betrayal endings, 3 ways the trust could collapse, and the one that hit hardest wasn't the violent one. It was the quiet one. The one you could see coming from the very beginning if you were paying attention. Now think about Lucia and Jason. GTA 6 trailer, Lucia in handcuffs, being escorted by law enforcement. The very first shot of Lucia in the GTA 6 trailer is her in prison. Alone, no Jason in sight. That image is not random. Rockstar doesn't do random. Section 2, what the trailer is actually telling us. Watch the GTA 6 trailer again. Really watch it. GTA 6 trailer, full sequence Lucia and Jason, various clips. There's a split in how Lucia and Jason are framed throughout that 2-minute video. Jason is almost always shown reacting, moving fast, emotional, desperate almost. Lucia is shown calculating. There's a moment where she looks directly into the camera, directly at you, with this expression that isn't fear and isn't excitement. It's something colder, more focused. Rockstar cinematographers don't frame shots like that by accident. That's a character study in 2 seconds of footage. And then there's the voiceover. I've always been the one taking the risks. Close up on Lucia from trailer. She says that, not Jason. Lucia, that line lands differently depending on what happens later in the story. Because on a first watch, it sounds like someone justifying the life they chose. But if Lucia is building towards something, if she has a plan Jason doesn't know about, that line becomes a warning. She's been taking the risks. Maybe she decided it's time someone else paid the price. Section 3. The Bonnie, A&D, Clyde dynamic, A&D, how it always ends Rockstar confirmed it themselves. Lucia and Jason are inspired by Bonnie and Clyde. Vintage Bonnie and Clyde imagery / GTA 6 trailer driving scenes. And here's the thing about Bonnie and Clyde that most people gloss over. Their story ends in a massacre on a Louisiana road. Ambushed, both of them torn apart. Nobody wins. Rockstar didn't pick that reference by accident. They never do. But here's where it gets interesting. In the real Bonnie and Clyde story, there were people around them, gang members, associates who fed information to law enforcement. People who were close enough to know exactly where they'd be and when. Betrayal from the inside. Decta 6 trailer, various side characters shown briefly. Now look at what we know about the supporting cast of Decta 6. There are multiple factions visible in the trailer. Cartel figures. Corrupt law enforcement. People who clearly have their own agendas. What if Lucia isn't betraying Jason out of selfishness? What if she's been compromised the whole time? GTA 6 trailer law enforcement chase scenes. What if the reason Lucia was in prison at the start of the game isn't because she got caught, but because she made a deal? And the price of that deal is Jason? That theory changes everything about how you'd play this game if you knew it was coming. Every mission, every cutscene, every quiet moment between these two characters would carry a completely different weight. Section 4. Rockstar's history of making you feel it. This is the part people miss when they talk about GTA storytelling. Rockstar doesn't just write betrayals, they engineer the emotional fallout. RDR2 Arthur's final ride, sunset scenes. Think about Arthur Morgan's death in Red Dead 2. The reason it destroyed millions of people emotionally wasn't the death itself. It was everything that came before it. The campfire conversations, the journal entries, the small moments where you watch this man quietly reckon with his own choices. Rockstar spent 30 hours building that relationship between you and Arthur before they took it away. GTA 6 trailer Lucia and Jason, intimate/quiet moments. Now imagine they do the same thing with Lucia and Jason. Imagine they spend 40, 50 hours making you believe in these two people, making you feel like they're unbreakable. And then the cracks start showing. Small things at first. A mission where Lucia's timing seems off. A phone call she takes when Jason isn't around. A moment where she says something that doesn't quite add up. Rockstar is the best in the world at planting seeds you don't notice until they bloom into something that ruins you. And if they're setting up a Lucia betrayal, if that's where the story's going, they will not rush it. They will let you fall in love with her first. That's the cruelest version of this, and Rockstar absolutely has the nerve to go there. Section 5. The player choice angle and EA theory. Nobody is talking about here's something that's been sitting in the back of my mind since the trailer dropped. What if the betrayal goes both ways? GT5 3-ending sequence. GT5 gave players 3 endings. Kill Trevor, kill Michael, or fight back together. The choice was yours, and each ending recontextualized everything you'd played. Rockstar has been evolving their storytelling with every game. RDR2 had moments where your choices influenced Arthur's honor, and ultimately how his story concluded. What if GTA 6 lets you decide whether Lucia betrays Jason or whether Jason gets there first? A GTA 6 trailer split shots of Lucia and Jason separately. What if at certain points in the story, the decisions you make as Jason determine how loyal Lucia remains? What if her arc is actually reactive built to respond to how you've treated her, what choices you've made, what lines you crossed? That would be unlike anything Rockstar has done before. And it would mean every playthrough tells a different love story, or a different tragedy. Some players would finish the game with Lucia by their side. Others would reach the end and realize she'd been working against them for hours, and the clues were always there. That's not just good game design, that's film-level storytelling inside an open world. Here's what I actually believe. Rockstar isn't just making a heist game, they're not just making the next GTA. They're making a story about two people who love each other and cannot save each other. GTA 6 trailer final sequence, Lucia looking into the distance. Lucia isn't evil. She's not a villain. If she does betray Jason, it won't be because she wanted to. It'll be because she had no other way out. Because the world they built their lives inside the crime, the violence, the constant running, made it impossible for both of them to survive. That's the Rockstar move. That's always been the Rockstar move. They don't give you a monster to hate. They give you someone you understand completely. Someone who makes the worst possible choice for the most human possible reason. And you'll be devastated. Not because you didn't see it coming, because part of you will feel like you could have stopped it. GTA 6 trailer. That's the power of what Rockstar is building with these two characters. That's why GTA 6 has the potential to be the most emotionally affecting game this generation produces. Not because of the graphics, not because of the open world. Because of the moment you realize the person Jason trusted most was always one impossible choice away from breaking his heart. So here's what I want to know. If Rockstar gives you the choice, if there's a moment in GTA 6 where you decide whether to trust Lucia or not, what do? Drop it in the comments. Because I genuinely think how people answer that question says a lot about what kind of player they are. And if you've got a theory about where Lucia and Jason's story actually ends, I want to hear it.